is up, guys? Lord Respawn here. Welcome to the video. So in today's video, this is going to be a fun video. One of my friends asked me to do this, and I thought it was a great idea, so here it is. We're talking about 100 Pokemon that should be left out of Sword and Shield. So Game Freak has said, you know, not all the Pokemon are going to be in the game. There's no National Pokédex, and so on. So I wanted to make a video showing 100 Pokemon that I think should be left out of Sword and Shield. So, guys, without further ado, let's jump right into this. Get your popcorn ready, because this one is going to be a fun video. Alright, guys, starting with 100 through 97, we've got the Island Guardians from Sun and Moon. So you've got Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele, Tapu Bulu, and Tapu Phione. These Pokemon just simply do not fit in the game. These are specific to the islands in Sun and Moon, and it just does not make sense that these people, or these Pokemon, make it into the game. These are easy checkoffs that they're not going to be in the game. So those are your first four. 96 or 95 and 96. That's going to be Drifloon and Drifblim. The balloon Pokemon, honestly, these Pokemon are completely irrelevant. They're balloons. I think Sword and Shield could just do without these Pokemon. Yeah. On to the next one. Alright, 94. So let's do 89 through 94. This is the Pansage, Pansear, Panpour evolutions. And yeah, Simisage, Simisear, and Simipour. These Pokemon, okay, so they were cool. Like, I enjoyed them. I used them throughout my journey. But they just don't fit in Sword and Shield, right? They just, you know, these are easy checkoffs, again, that you can just throw to the side. Again, very cool Pokemon, but they really do not fit in the game. So, on to the next one. We've got 83 through 88. These are going to be, again, Sun and Moon specific, kind of legendary, as well as man-made, if you will, or man-created with type Null and Silvally. And then you've got, you know, Cosmog, Cosmoem, you got Lunala, Solgaleo. So these Pokemon, look, I love all of these Pokemon, and I had a great time in Sun and Moon using them, and I enjoyed, you know, the anime and everything that these Pokemon brought to that and really added to the series. But again, these are going to be a Alola region, just specific Pokemon, and they really, you know, unless we get an ability to transfer regions, which obviously is not true if there's no National Pokédex, these really have no reason to be in the Galar region at all. These were very specific for very specific events in a region. So yeah, these Pokemon just do not fit in the game. On to the next ones. We've got Resharum, Zekrom, Kyurem, I don't know how to say him, Genesect, Patrat, and Watchog. So again, more legendaries that really don't belong in the game. So 80 through 82, region specific. Again, very cool. They had very good movies about them. I enjoyed them a lot, but they don't really add a lot of value to the Galar region. Genesect was created or found, I forget by what team, but again, it really does not make sense to put Genesect in the Galar region with the new legendaries and everything like that. And then we jump over to 78 and 77. You got Patrat and Watchog. These are cool Pokemon. Like, you know, they were beginner Pokemon early on in the game, but we're going to get replacements for them in the Galar region. So these just seem like very easy check marks for Game Freak to be like, okay, these guys can miss it, because I don't think that many people are going to miss Patrat and Watchog in the series. They're not very memorable Pokemon. All right, up next, we've got a few more legendaries. Let's see. We've got Dialga, Palkia, Arceus, Latias, and Latios. And then we've got number 73, Pyukumuku. I don't even know how to say that. But let's start with 73. 73 is completely irrelevant. If you read about the Pokemon, it says it will always go back to one place, even if it leaves, it'll naturally go back to one place or something along those lines. It's like a sea cucumber or something like that. Again, very Alola region specific, and the fact that it says that it's not going to move around and things like that just means that it's probably not going to be in the game. Latias and Latios are probably the least memorable birds in my opinion, and they seem like easy Pokemon to just leave out. Nobody's going to miss them. 76 through 74, you've got, I would say Arceus could technically be in the game, but I just don't see them adding those three powerful legendaries into this particular title. Easily left out again. Okay, so we've got 70 through 65. These are kind of like one-off weird Pokemon that I just think are kind of weird. You've got Chingling. It's like a Bell Pokemon. Honestly, kind of stupid. It's Bell. Leave it out. 69, you've got Probopass. The weird mustache alone can just be left out of the game, in my opinion. 68, you got Castform. It was a very cool Pokemon. It had a purpose in Sapphire and Ruby. I'll always remember catching that Pokemon, but it just does not fit in Sword and Shield. All right, then you got 67, you got Shuckle. Honestly, just a weak turtle Pokemon that nobody really remembers. I had to look up its name because I forgot. Hoopa, one of those legendary Pokemon that is very specific and just kind of irrelevant. And you've got Comfey. It's that's very Alola. The flowers and things like that. Very Alola region specific. It doesn't really fit. This isn't Hawaii. It's not an island theme. You can just leave. You can leave 65 out. All right, guys. On to 64. You've got Heatran. And these are all legendary. 64 through 59. Honestly, again, these all serve a specific purpose in their game, and there's really no point in having them in Sword and Shield. You've got 61 through 59, so you've got Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf. Very specific to the story and things like that, and it just really doesn't seem to go with what we know about Sword and Shield. And then again, you've got Phione and Manaphy. Those are like the underwater, it's not a castle, it's like a palace. I mean, they're not going to leave where they're at, so it doesn't really make sense, again, that they're going to go all the way to the Galar region. It just, again, does not make sense that any of these Pokemon are in the game, which is why I think they're going to be left out. Okay, another 6 legendaries, Jirachi, Deoxys, Regigigas, I don't know how to say his name, Regirock, Regice, Registeel. Again, these are very specific Pokemon. They live in certain caves. They serve a certain purpose within the series. They serve they just have one meaning, right? They have one thing to do in the game and in the series and in the anime, that you're not going to see these Pokemon traveling to change the world. Now, some of the early legendaries, which are not going to be on this list, Mew and Mewtwo, for instance, those could be in this game because, they're so prominent in the Pokemon series and in, Legends, obviously, but the original ones, Gen 1 and Gen 2, that they could make an appearance, right? That they're powerful enough to make an appearance, but these guys, they just... honestly, kind of forgettable. I would say Jirachi is the most prominent of this group. So if I had to say out of these 6, what might be in the game would be Jirachi, but I just don't think it's going to happen. All right, on to the next. We got 52 through 47. Porygon, Porygon 2, Porygon Z. Honestly, Porygon is one of those Pokemon where it's okay, it has a cool, cool origin. It's got a cool background, but I really like. It doesn't really do anything. Like, it's cool to catch, it's cool to collect the cards, whatever, but it just does not. It doesn't serve a purpose. I guess if there's like some big factory, maybe we'll see Porygons in there. Who knows? But I think they leave it out. Rotom, same kind of thing. Maybe if we see a factory, it might be in there. But Rotom, with the Rotom decks and all of that stuff, I think that it had its shining moment in Sun and Moon, and I just think that they kind of phase it out and start a new thing, especially from an anime perspective. Then you've got Foongas and Amoongas, right? So you've got the two mushroom-type Pokemon. A lot of people don't like this Pokemon. To me, it's like whatever. It's got Pokeballs as shields and like a helmet, or as the mushroom top. I just, it's cool, like, I guess, but it's one of those, it's like, I've seen it on a bunch of lists of like most hated Pokemon, so like, I feel like Game Freak's going to notice that and be like, okay, people aren't going to care if we leave these two out, so I think they're going to leave these two out. All right, on to the next one. First three, we got X and Y legendary Pokemons. Again, they serve a very specific reason to being in the game, being in their region, and frankly, like, they're just not going to come back to the Galar region. So Xerneas, Yveltal, Zygarde, just all three of those, they're just not going to come back. I mean, Zygarde is broken up into tons of different pieces, as we saw in the anime. You got to put all those together to kind of make Zygarde, so I just don't see how that would even be possible. And then 43 through 41, I've got Gothita, Gotharita, and Gothitelle? I don't know, whatever. So apparently Gothita is like one of the most hated Pokemon based on like a bunch of surveys that were taken. I don't know, but like, it's kind of ugly, just to be honest with you. It's just like, I mean, Gotharita is, cool and very strong. That's been shown throughout the anime. But I feel like they're not going to add Gothita into the game. It's one of those easy toss-outs that I think Game Freak can make. And for that reason, all three of them are not going to be in the game. All right, so now we're into the next 12 Pokemon. They're going to be Ultra Beasts, right? There's no way that they're going to put Ultra Beasts into this game. I just think without the Z moves, without the Mega Evolutions, all that stuff, this is an easy 12 Pokemon to just kind of knock off the list because, there's no reason with Ultra Wormholes and things like that they're going to add in these Pokemon. So we've got UB01, you've got Buzzwole, you've got Formosa, Zuritree, Celestella, Kartana. These are the first 6 that are not going to be in the game. And then we go to the next page. You've got Guzzlord, Necrozma, Poipole. I don't even know how to say all these. Poipole's Evolution, Stakataka. When I saw that Pokemon for the first time, or that Ultra Beast Stakataka, I wanted to just like turn my game off and then just like take a break for a week. But anyways, Blissfallen, Blissfallen, is that how you say it? I don't know. Anyways, in the anime, it was kind of a cool episode, I'm not gonna lie, but they're not gonna put Ultra Beasts in this game. It just does not make sense. So yeah, these Ultra Beasts not gonna make it into the game. For the record, I do like Poipole. Very cool Pokemon, played a huge role in Sun and Moon, or Ultra Sun and Moon anime, which I really enjoyed. So, I hate to put him on the list, or it on the list, but it seems like an easy checkbox to just knock out all of the Ultra Beasts from Sword and Shield. All right, so we're into the 20s. You've got Igglybuff, Jigglypuff, and Wigglytuff. Now, I might catch some heat for number 27 because I know a lot of people like Jigglypuff. And the reason that I put Jigglypuff on here and everything associated with Jigglypuff is I think it's time, and I think Game Freak might realize this. I think it's time to move past Jigglypuff in the anime. So, Jigglypuff was in the Sun and Moon anime. Did the same thing. It sings. It draws on people's faces. It's been the same exact Jigglypuff for years and years and years. And I just think that Game Freak and the Pokemon Company and everything like that, when it comes to the anime, is going to leave Jigglypuff out. I think that is that boat has sailed, which is why I put everything associated with Jigglypuff, both its pre-evolution and its evolution Wigglytuff. I just had to leave it off the list, or had to put it on this list and leave them out of Sword and Shield. Now, Spinda's like that creepy toy, that creepy teddy bear that you get as a child, that like haunts you for the rest of your life. So Spinda's out. Okay, Cleffa, I don't know, whatever. It's kind of an irrelevant Pokemon. I don't know. It's just like boring. Like, there's no point in having it in the game. It shows no value to Sword and Shield in any way. Smoochum, just a weird Pokemon. It's like the Jinx, pre-Jinx evolution thing. Baby Jinx, if you will. It's just, I just don't like it. Like, I don't know. Something about Smoochum. It's just like, it looks like it's like a little sassy and stuff. You can leave it. Just throw it out. I don't know. That's all I got to say about Smoochum. All right, then we get into 22 through 17. You've got the Wurmple evolution line. So Wurmple, Silcoon, Beautifly, Cascoon, and Dustox. Now, for the record, number 20, Beautifly. I do love Beautifly. It is just a great Pokemon. I always try to get it when I catch a Wurmple. But 21 or 19 and 21 are the reason why these 5 in total are on this list. Just Silcoon and Cascoon, these are like the worst. This whole evolution line is probably the worst. Let's call it like the Caterpie equivalent in any of the series. Like, it is not good. And if they're going to leave any of the evolutions out, or any of the evolutional charts out, it's going to be the Wurmple chart, because Cascoon and Silcoon got so much heat for just being absolutely garbage Pokemon. So yeah, I think those 5 are just off the board. Love Disc, honestly, it's just like, to me, they put no effort into that. They just made a heart and then put an eye on it. And for that reason, Love Disc is off. Like, it's just gone. Delete it. Delete it. All right, 16, Jinx. Now, I know a lot of people love Jinx. I'm not a fan of Jinx. Jinx creeps me out. I'm not about it. Everything about Jinx is just, like, creepy. So for that reason, just throw it out. Just get it out of this game. Stunfisk, it's one of those fish Pokemon that people really don't think of. It's just, look at his face. Like, you can just tell it's just, it doesn't even want to be in Sword and Shield. Like, look at it. No emotion. All right. Minior. Minior is very specific to Sun and Moon. You have to go to a certain place. They only fall down at a certain time. With all the different colors. It was a great anime episode. I really enjoyed it. But again, it's only in a certain place in the Alola region. For that reason, it's done. It's out. And then we've got the trio of like the weather legendary Pokemon. So you've got Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus. These are great Pokemon. They when they battle each other, it was pretty epic in the different anime episodes and things like that. It was a blast to catch them. You had to like run into them at special times or whatever. But again, very region specific. They need to guard a certain place. They need to make sure it's all in balance. And so for that reason, they're just not going to make it into the game. All right, guys, we're in the top 10. All right, so Spiritomb. Honestly, this is a Pokemon that will just like give you nightmares. I don't know why. It just like creeps me out. And yeah, for no other reason. It is a weird Pokemon. All right, 9 and 8. We've got the 2 Sandcastle Pokemon. You know, Game Freak and the Pokemon Company kind of got some heat on at least social media about these. They literally just made a sandcastle Pokemon, right? And I mean, what? Why? Like, I mean, I guess you could say it's creative, but at the end of the day, like, this thing's got a shovel in his head. Both of them do. I'm just not. Like, just, they can take those out, and I will not even remember that they are a thing. Number 7, you've got Klefki. It's a key ring. Not really one of the most innovative Pokemon they've ever done. Somebody really probably just walked into the office, looked at their keys on a desk, and was like, hey, let's make a Pokemon. So, yeah, for that reason, get it out. 5 and 6, you can pretty much understand why I'm tossing those out or why they're not going to be in the game. They're literally trash. Like, they're literal Pokemon that are trash. At least Grimer and Muck are, like, you know, OG, kind of cool. But these are literally just, like, trash. You've got Trubbish and Garbodor, which is basically based off of garbage. Yeah, no, they're done. They're done. They're trash. Throw them in the trash can and get out. All right, so guys, we are now down to the final 4 Pokemon, 1 through 4, that I don't think are going to be in this game. They are not per se my most hated Pokemon of all time. They are just 3 or 4 that I think are not going to be in the game for various reasons. So without further ado, 1 through 4, here we go. All right, so it's going to be the Vanillite, Vanillish, Vanillux evolution path. It's an ice cream cone. This is probably one of my most, like, when I saw this Pokemon, I had never been so just, like, dumbfounded that they made an ice cream Pokemon. I don't know why. I don't think everybody feels that way. I think Vanillish really gets me. Really gets me heated because, I mean, just look at its face. It just thinks it's clever, but it's not. Yeah, just let the ice cream Pokemon just, you know, melt away out of our memories because I guess you could say it was a good idea, but at the same time, it's not. So they can let those go. I don't think they make it in the Sword and Shield. Number 1, and this I think is going to be a little controversial, as you can see, you know, before or when I switched the page. Unknown. Now, Unknown, there's a lot of different Unknown, you know, one for every letter, whatever. Now, why I don't think these are going to be in the game. This was a very specific Pokemon. Again, this kind of relates to the theme here that is very specific to a certain place in a game and in a series and in the anime and things like that. You know, the Unknown are in a certain place and they serve a certain purpose around the legendary dogs, Entei, and all them. They serve a certain purpose, right? The Unknown do. And it just seems like that while there might be a Pokemon that is similar to Unknown that is like, or I guarantee there is Pokemon that are region specific to Galar that serve a certain purpose like the Unknown did, like the weather legendary Pokemon do, like the Island Guardians and so on. Outside of the 2 legendary that we already know for Sword and Shield, there are going to be other Pokemon that serve certain purposes to the Galar region. The Unknown to me is just the number 1 that I think has no chance of getting into the game. They, you know, again, they serve a very, very niche purpose for gold and silver. And it just doesn't make sense that they get into the game. So, guys, thank you for sticking with me. I know this has been a long video. I enjoyed making this video. I enjoyed putting together this list and going through all 800-ish Pokemon and figuring out, you know, which ones are not going to make it into the game. So, guys, drop a comment. What Pokemon do you think, you know, are not going to make it in the game? What Pokemon did I put on my list that you know, maybe you think I'm crazy about? Let me know in the comments. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next Pokemon video. Later.